Hello, and welcome to episode 13 on Daily Dose of Dan. Today we're going to be doing a movie review on The Greatest Showman on Earth. This movie is awesome. What's cool about this movie is it shows Hugh Jackman as someone other than Wolverine. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's awesome playing Wolverine, but it's cool to show that he has a more range than that. He loves dancing and singing, and I'd say this movie really focuses on his ability to do that. He was in a couple other musicals, but this one really, I think he really got behind. The Dolby Atmos on this makes it feel like you're literally part of the show. The premise of the story is about Barnum Bailey and how he got started with the circus. I think they turn a frown upside down. He wasn't. From history, it shows that he wasn't really a good man. So this movie definitely shows him in a brighter light and throws in a love story and all that good stuff. But I'd highly recommend this movie on 4K. It definitely pushes your speakers, the bass. There's quite a few musicals in there. And what's really cool about this movie, it has a really positive message about people that don't necessarily fit in physically. And as you know from my documentary, that I kind of fit in that category. So there's a lot of people out there that don't look quote unquote normal when it comes to what society expects you to look like. And I think this movie really gives you that positive message of like, it's not what you look like, it's your character. And it sends a really positive message to the children out there to not point and stare and laugh at people that are different than you. This has Dolby Atmos, which is awesome. As you watch this movie, you realize that different times kind of focus on different areas of like what's expected. He starts off trying to win the love of his life from being poor, coming from a different world. He's able to get the love of his life, even though he's not rich. But he gets obsessed with trying to prove a point to the father, to the point of losing what he was fighting so hard to gain. And he really, in the end, he really tries to make sure that he doesn't do it again. And luckily for him, his wife is extremely understanding. But even at some point, everyone has a breaking point. He even has two daughters in the movie that one of them is more fixated on like the trappings of life, and the other daughter is more of a creative like him. So, I mean, he does have to pull off some shenanigans to get the funding to start his circus, but he actually listens to his little girls, and they come up with the concept of like, you need to have something more than just like wax figures, and that's how he comes up with the idea of like having people that are different. And of course that comes at a cost because obviously everyone gets pissed off at him. So it's one of those things where taking a chance to do something outside the norm, a lot of people, I mean, what we can even use the example of Elon Musk, because he's pushing the envelope of like what people say can or can't be done, automatically puts a target on his back. And that's why I find him so inspiring, because so many people would just not do that. They wouldn't want that target. So they're like, well, I'll just stay within the comfort zone, and I'll just add an extra camera to my cell phone and call it good. And that's the next Apple's next 12 phones that they bring out is just going to have like little tiny advancements, opposed to like completely shaking up the game. So I think the message of this video, I think the positive message of the Daily Dose of Dan on the end is going to be about how you don't have to color inside the lines. That's not, I mean, we get trained in school not to stand out, and I think it's important that if that's part of your character, to do that. You don't have to go with the norm. I mean hell, I got green hair. I mean, people embrace it. If you're different, embrace it. And then if other people don't like it, so what? There's going to be people out there that are inspired by you, and they'll step out of their comfort zone, and then we just end up having a more well-rounded world of like people doing their own thing. So if I was going to have a positive message, that's what it would be. And on the end of this video, I'm also going to include the fact that I decided from your comments in the polls and stuff like that to change the name of the channel. And now it's called The Daily Dose of Dan. And I'm hoping that that'll help people find the channel better, and also you can share it with your friends better. On a side note, I had created a YouTube channel way back in the day called New Age Arcade, back when I had my arcade. And I was wondering what to do with it or whatever. And I had mentioned in one of my earlier videos that I'm really into Bigfoot. And so I was like, you know what, I'm not going to add the Bigfoot information on this channel. So I went ahead and changed the name of that channel, and that's going to be the sister channel of this channel. I probably won't post on there daily, but it is going to be about Bigfoot stories that are more centrally located about per state. I'm a huge fan of Steve from How to Hunt, and I think it's important to get the information out there the way he does it. He'll read like an hour's worth of emails that have been submitted to him, and that's awesome, but some people don't have an hour of time to watch the videos at that length. So, and on top of that, it's really hard to find stories specifically in your area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it a different way and do shorter stories, and then have them all in different playlists based on what state they came from. So if you decide to submit a Bigfoot story to me, please make sure you include the state in which it's coming from. If not, I can't post it, because there again, like I said, I'm going to organize them to the state that they came from. So that way, if you live, say, in Michigan, and you want to know specifically what's going on in your area, that way you can go and look it up. So anyway, this has been Dan and your Daily Dose of Dan. Catch you later.